Have you heard the fan theory that the Boston logo is a dick and the Montreal logo is a butthole?
No, but I've never been happier. Hockey, the podcast about heated rivalry where we behave like the loons that we are and we accept that this is now our life. It's our life. Olga, how are you?
Oh my God, fucking obsessed.
Me too. I'm Catherine Bohart. This is Olga Koch. Let's get into it. Episode 1, Rockies. Wow. I want to tell you that before this show even started playing, my girlfriend was like, have you seen The Celluloid Closet? And I was like, excuse me, what? The Celluloid Closet is a documentary, and I am going in right in off the deep end, is a documentary about queer cinema. And in it, Gore Vidal talks about making Ben-Hur like when you were allowed to talk about gay sex on anything. And he said what is closest to love when you can't portray it is, of course, hate.
Oh my God, I literally have shivers right now.
Goosebumps, right? She says this and I was like, why are you such a nerd? Then I get the clip up and he's like, yeah, basically they don't tell Charles Heston that that's what they're doing because he would have like gay panic, or a meltdown. But they tell the other actor and they say the backstory is they were together as lovers in their youth and now that's what's happening. And he plays it as such. And when you rewatch Ben-Hur, you're like, oh my God, it's everywhere. And so it is part of queer cinematic lore to have rivalry, to have hate when you couldn't represent love because they are so closely linked. And I just wanted to start us off there.
And this reminds me of a very famous Russian proverb, "От любви до ненависти один шаг," which means there's only one step between love and hate.
Wow. Okay, we're in. First impressions. You see these boys outside in the cold. They're both wearing beanies. One, we know the bad boy is smoking. The other, so earnestly complimentary. What are you feeling?
Well, I would like to say upon my rewatch, the first words of the very first episode are Ilya Rozanov, Shane Hollander. Their names are the first words of the goddamn show.
Hot.
Yes, Jacob Tierney, let's fucking go. Maybe Rachel Reed, haven't read the book.
And we might, you never know. Okay, obviously my favorite thing about the thing is they don't waste a moment in this show. Every word, every sentence, every scene, it is telling us so much about the characters. And from the outset, you're like, okay, Shane's a dork and Ilya, as I said, is smoking, so we know he's real naughty. And Shane is just being so nice. He's just like comes from a stable family, so he can offer a compliment. Oh, it's so earnest. Do you think, question, on rewatch and on reflection, do you think in that moment Shane already knew he was gay?
Thank you so much for asking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because we know that he owned a butt plug. That's not to say that owning a butt plug makes you gay.
Well, do we know that he had the dildo before? Because
Sorry, I take it back. It was a dildo. I apologize.
Yeah, and also, if I may, he mentions the dildo in their second hookup. So has he, because okay, I'm going to say it from the outset, I relate to Shane so hard. I want to fuck Ilya, so I guess we have that in common. But also, sure, I have a little neurodivergence going on. And also, I would say that I read a book on sex before I had sex, as in a how to have sex book.
That's the most Catherine Bohart sentence I've ever heard in
But
my
I also
entire life. Oh my
Don't you think it feels very Shane Hollander? Don't you think between first hookup and second hookup, he's like, time to do the research, time to buy a dildo, time to lube up and get this thing going.
Yeah. He's going to Stonewall. Yeah.
I think he's researching.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if in that moment when they say hello, do you think he knows he's into men?
Well, in an interview, Hudson did say that there was a whole scene before it, like an extended version of that scene, where Shane walks out of his way to find Ilya. And so the effort there is very, very clear.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether he thought those emotions were being gay. I know he felt drawn to Ilya because he went out of his way to talk to him. And the thing is, at that point, as you may remember yourself, is like you feel a draw towards someone, but you don't know what that is. A lot of the time, especially like with girls, you're like, oh my God, do I want to be you? Or do I want to be with you?
Yes.
That kind of
Yes.
thing.
For me, the reason I think he some core level knew, and I'm only going on the show, not going on the book, is when he leans back on the wall and then is like, better go. And you're like, oh my God, you couldn't think of anything else to say, so now you're leaving. I love you so much. Do you think that Ilya knows it's on in that moment? Because I think when Shane walks away and Ilya smiles, he's like, oh, that guy's going to suck my dick.
Oh, okay.
Do you not?
I think so. I think so. On a rewatch, I will say that you constantly think of like Shane as the more interested party and Ilya as the one to be convinced into something. But on the rewatch, I'm like, Ilya's making every first move.
I completely agree. He is giving storied queerness. Like, he has already fucked men. He's already seduced men. He already knows that that's possible and that he knows what to do in that scenario.
And how to check, right? Like, it's the lingering stare, or the way to check if the person is into it.
Yeah, and I feel like the very effort of Shane on that part, he was like, oh, baby boy, we're gonna have sex. And Shane was like, we're gonna shake hands. How exciting. We're just mutually respectful of one another's games. It's so sweet.
What were your first impressions of the two of them?
I mean, first off, I'm totally shallow. I was like, yes, I will be watching this. Yum, yum, yum. I like both. But then, you know, we're given it's what I mean about nothing's wasted. You're given so much information in such short chunks. Like, the commentators straight in, Shane's not sociable, but he has the highest game IQ on the ice.
Whatever the hell hockey IQ means. You might know as a huge sports fan.
It just means strategically he knows where to place himself so that he can score the most goals, essentially. That he understands it like chess. He's usually 10 steps ahead of somebody else.
Like me at closing time.
Exactly. But it's also like, it's telling us, P.S., social stuff's not as easy for him, but this is his special interest, and I'm like, okay, I understand this guy a little bit more,
and they are ours.
But in that, straight out the gate, something really hot happens, which is that Ilya's watching him at the prospect finals with that hoodie string in his mouth.
Yes, because they keep putting the hoodie strings in their mouths when they're texting each other. Also,
the oral fixation is
the necklace
real.
In his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one thing about the necklace, okay?
Please.
People keep calling it a necklace, all right? It's a Russian Orthodox cross that Russian Orthodox people wear. It is a religious garment. I don't know, but people call it a necklace. It's weird.
It's definitely like seeped in religiosity to me. I assumed that's what it was, but I couldn't figure out if he is wearing it because he is religious, or if he's wearing it, and I assume no, because it never comes up.
It's a cultural thing. I used to wear one until I was like 15.
Okay, but also, is there a chance he's wearing it because he knows it looks good?
I don't think so. It's so like, just Russian people just wear it.
Okay.
You just wear it.
Okay. That's really good to know. Even regardless kind of your faith, or is it just cultural?
It's really cultural.
Okay.
And I remember growing up, and again, my family is not particularly religious. I am definitely not religious, but I remember wearing it. And then when you go to the banya, which is the Russian version of sauna, it gets hot because it's metal. So when you go in, you have to put it on your back so it sticks to your back. And so once it gets hot, it's still on your back so you don't notice it getting hot.
Am I meant to be turned on?
Sorry, I meant when you go to the banya.
Oh my God. Holding the table tighter. Yeah, I will say, as I told you in the first episode, that I came to this for hockey. I genuinely thought there'd be more hockey. Well done them on the most nominal suggestion of a sport that I have ever seen in a sports show. They barely do hockey.
Also, it's all copyright free. They're called the MLH. What's the fucking MLH?
The fake audience in the first. I just love it so much. In the first competition around the ice is so good. The next scene, obviously, they go straight into is at the draft, right?
Yes.
Which,
just very quickly on my notes, all caps, to be the cigarette.
Oh,
obviously.
Oh my God, such a good point.
To be the cigarette.
To be the cigarette.
Okay, Saskatchewan mentioned. Shout out to Chapel Roan.
Great. I love that you're taking those things off. By the way, I have 6 pages of notes. How many do you have?
5. So there you go.
We're in. At the draft, my first question, number 3, what's his story? Who is he? Is he in a different book? When they're holding up their fingers and I'm like, who's that guy? Oh, lost to time. Just me? Fine. I do love how much Shane sulks about coming second. I have never in my life related to a teenage energy more. I was like, that would be me.
I think it's so interesting that you identify more with Shane and thus you're more attracted to Ilya, and I identify more with Ilya and thus I'm more attracted to Shane. I think that's beautiful.
I think it's beautiful too, but truly I was like, yeah, of course you're absolutely livid. Like, what the he looks like this is pointless. Like, I might as well change careers, right? Which I just really relate to.
Because it's his whole life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And when you said draft, I think you meant see you at the draft.
See you at, I did. I just simply can't roll my R's like that. But wow, do it again.
Draft.
Oh, yum. It's so hot.
And up until I guess like the middle of this episode, I would like to say the soundtrack is very, very tense. It's so tense. It reminded me of Trent Reznor's soundtrack for Challengers, where it was like the entire time you're just like vibrating with anticipation. You're just like, oh my God, something's about to happen.
Humping the chair.
Something's about to fucking happen. They do such a good job of it.
They do an amazing job of it. Also, just on necklaces, as we were still there.
Please.
And rolling R's, I feel like this show is going to do for Russian men what normal people did for Irish men. Like, I'll be honest, Irish men, fine. They're completely fine. We have a sort of very identifiable big headness. We, we have big potato heads. I wouldn't say we're anything to write home about as a people. But that chain and Paul Mescal did so much for Irish men across the world. I just think, like, surely more Irish men were getting laid, and I feel like that's going to be true for Russian men too.
That's
and
so true.
Lucky them.
Because back in the day, it was like the dog tag of an army person in a movie, and then it was Connell's chain, and now it's Ilya's chain.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I would say up until this point, Russian women have been sexualized, if I do say so myself. But
it doesn't count if you're doing it yourself. The only person objectifying you is you. And me when you do the accent.
But I don't think Russian men have surely gotten the fear treatment, but they've never gotten the sex treatment. So it's exciting. Welcome to the club, boys.
It's a whole new day. It's very exciting. But yeah, so he's sulking, and they're already being commodified, which I think is really interesting. Like the fact that they're talking about them being like thrilled that he's an Asian Canadian and that he's like essentially a sellable entity for them is, I think what I mean to say is they're just so efficient in this show, going like, okay, he's sulking because he's a perfectionist. His mom is doing the talking for him because she always has.
When the mom does the Reebok thing, I'm like, that's the most Catherine Bohart thing I've ever seen in my life. Or I'm like, if you were to have a son, you would be getting him a Reebok contract.
I don't think it would be Reebok, but yeah. He'd have a deal, all right, sure. Other providers are available.
We have bigger dreams for our boy.
Yeah, it's a Nike boy. Thank you so much. He's a little Nike boy. So I just think they do a lot. And then you get that look. You get that look between them when Ilya's dad is being so mean. Why? By the way, how do you feel about this portrayal of Russian dads?
I got a lot of thoughts, okay?
Please.
I will say this is definitely a man who is an actual Russian person, so extra points for that. Yeah. The amount of movies that feature Russians that don't even bother speaking Russian, we're not even talking, like, the amount of movies that I watch where I'm like, oh, that's gibberish. There's an iconic Born Identity screenshot of a Russian passport that Matt Damon has, and, like, it is literally just, like, gobbledygook. And you're like, you could just Google a Russian name and paste it. Yeah. It makes no fucking sense. And I'm like, you could just go to Google Translate and just like put a Russian name there. You don't even need to like hire anybody to do that.
Wow.
So the fact that this person is actually Russian, huge.
Okay.
That being said, one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
No offense to you, sir. I'm very, very happy for you. If anything, I'm jealous that you got to be in the show.
You would have made an amazing Ilya's dad.
Thank you so much.
Can I say that?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really, really needed that.
We then obviously get to the next scene, which for me, first question, I'm like, have you ever in your life not been able to sleep and thought, what I'll do now is go to the gym? Because I've never thought, wow, I thought, oh, this boy, we're going to watch this boy have a wank. Oh, we're going to watch this boy go get McDonald's. But then you remember they are, I guess, professional athletes. But have you ever gone to the gym because you can't sleep?
I can't say I have.
Okay, except that I have now started to exercise more, which I've said because of the show, because I'm so horny. And I'm wondering if that's what we're supposed to get at what it is. He has all this sexual energy and tension. He's
100%.
Yeah, okay.
My friend, bleep her name out, please, once told me that she went to a Pilates class so intense she came. She's getting married this summer. I love you, babe.
I mean, that is the only reason any of us are going to bicycle classes, right? Bicycle classes? That's surely not what they're called. Spin classes. Bicycle classes.
You're telling me the cycle is by?
But no one's going to a spin class because I don't need to work something out, right?
It did sort of converge in a very, very sexual way.
It was beautiful.
And they were sweating. The amount of like liquids that I want to lick in this show.
Okay, so here we diverge. Because I'm going to say something. When they were sat across from each other, and yes, it was hot that Ilya was taking up and like occupying Shane's physical space, and yes, it was hot that they were making eye contact. I, at that point, was still a bit like, is this a bit cringe? And that's the only negative thing I will ever say, and it's only because it turns out I just don't love bodily fluids. I don't find the fact that they're sweating that hot.
Interesting.
And I was also, this is the most Catherine Bohart thing I'm ever going to say. I was a bit like, aren't they professional athletes? Why are they so out of breath? And then
you heard it here first. Gay comedian Catherine Bohart hates wetness.
It's true. I'm like, oh my God, pat it down, boys. I'll help. But for me, that didn't quite do it for me. But what did feel real to me was the panic of seeing your crush at the gym.
Yeah, and then wanting to perform.
Oh
my God, the wanting to perform.
Yes, of being like, okay, let's
it's a competition now.
Let's absolutely go. But I will say that him in his space and being antagonistic and being sarcastic towards Shane was so hot.
It feels like you flirt that way.
Cruelly, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the way they banter is so hot. It's not really cruel because there's none of the like established resentments you have in a relationship. They are simply like, it's jocular, it's sexy, it's so like you said, it's like us getting to see boys be boys. Sorry to say boys will be boys already.
but if this is what that means, absolutely.
But the negging and the mocking is so sexy.
It feels like very your type of, like, I understand the appeal and it's fun to watch, but I'm absolutely terrified of it. My flirting is like, oh my God, you're so hot. Oh my God, that's so funny. Like my flirting is actually quite cringe.
Oh my God, I feel sick. No.
You never want me to flirt with you.
I'd be
like, hey, do you want a kiss?
And I'd be like, I truly, that's not the way I flirt. In fact, when I first got with my girlfriend, we were outside and a friend of hers was like, what's going on with you two? Because that friend is helpful. And Ellen was like, I think we're fighting. And I was like, we're not fighting, we're flirting. Ellen just hasn't figured it out yet.
Oh,
and that is
hot.
So when I tell you that
I'd never be able to pull off a move like that.
This is my vibe. I just love how it's constantly, and I love that Shane tries but can't, that he's like, fuck you, shut up.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Yeah, but it's like, keep going, I love it. But he never says it.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. Okay, so we think that maybe they both know it's on. At this point, we know they have to know it's on.
Okay, so there's 3 camera moves that I would like to just acknowledge before we get into the shower scene, the inevitable shower scene.
Go on.
Camera move number 1. When we see both of them in front of a mirror, hello, you don't see the reflection of the camera.
Yeah, bravo.
How cool is that?
Bravo.
Very cool.
No, that is just
Photoshop.
Dab. I love it.
And then the other move is that when the camera is Shane's eyes, because we see just Ilya's crotch and then we see just Ilya's neck, and you're like, oh yeah, that's where you would look.
Yeah.
That's where you would fucking look. And imagine like, oh, you're playing it cool, but you're staring straight at his fucking dick, man. How cool is that?
Also, sorry, the one bit that I absolutely hate that I loved is the wink. When he winks at Shane, I was like, why is that hot? It's so weird. It's so old man. But I'm like, yes.
But also, if anyone would pull it off, it's you. Can you try it, please?
I'm not going to wink at you until you deserve it. And that's not yet. The next scene is it cuts to 6 months later. And I think Ilya's on a Blackberry phone call with Alexei.
Shout out to Blackberries.
Yes, that have incredible screens in this show. And then, so Alexei's, first of all, what do you think of Alexei's Russian? Is he Russian?
I'm not sure if the brother's actually Russian. He's definitely not like fluent, but he could be like maybe sort of second generation.
Okay.
I think in terms of a type of person, very authentic. In terms of like demeanor and the sort of setup, very, very, very believable. And I would like to say he does, sadly, call him a slur. That being said, does he know?
That's what I wondered.
That's what I was thinking.
I was like, is this just that it is still a time and place where that is just a go-to insult in Russia? Or is it that he knows something? Is it does Ilya read as effeminate in any way to his brother? I couldn't tell. What I will say is that the seething hatred from him, the sort of like deep jealousy that is so palpable from the second we meet that character, I think is really well achieved by that actor. You're just like, oh my God. And it's such a specific sibling rivalry. It's like, I hate that you're the one our dad hates but also shows off. Like, I hate that you have all this money. I hate that you have this special talent. I guess, sorry to cut away from all the sex, and we will get to it, but like, I feel like it's a really good example of the one who got away and the one who has to stay in that scenario. Like, presumably his brother's resentful, he has to take care of the dad, but also resentful, he has a smaller life, maybe?
I think that's very interesting. I think that's very interesting because I think you, as a quote unquote Western person, have a very sort of, again, and I have that to a degree too, like individualistic view of that. Yes. Whereas I think because this is a Russian in the West, it has so much attachment to community and to like country. So every conversation between the dad and Ilya is, you're representing Russia. You should be, you're embarrassing Russia. You should be apologizing to Russia. You should win on behalf of Russia. So this thing is like, not you need to be a good player, the way that, let's say, Shane's mom talks about him. The way that Ilya's dad talks about Ilya is as a representative of Russia in the West. So I think that's really, really loaded. Like, he's not just playing for himself or even for his family. He's playing for his country and representing his country abroad. So I think that's on his shoulders.
Okay, it's a massive weight. And so his brother calls him and is like, I need more money. And he says, my bonus is gone. I don't know, but did you Google how much bonuses are?
It kind of sounds like you did.
Yeah, of course I did. It's millions and millions and millions of dollars. So I can't figure out if they're meant to be in that. Like, if I can't figure out, like, it goes down to like hundreds of thousands.
But they're still rookies. This is still first year.
Yeah, but it's still that they can. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be not in the millions, but it's supposed to be a lot of money, right? That his brother has blown through.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's also the thing, and I guess I hear they have this to a certain degree in, I think, Australia, the tall poppy thing. I think there is this thing in Russia where you're sort of resentful of the Russians that make it big abroad, but you're also like, you're proud of them. You're proud of them in front of other foreigners, but you sort of hate them in front of other Russians. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, of course, we're all from a country. Yeah, that makes total sense. And losing to the Czechs, is that a specific rivalry?
I think Russia is considered a superpower in hockey.
Okay,
the way that Canada is as well.
Okay, fine. Got you.
I think.
Okay.
Again, you're more of an expert in hockey than I ever will be.
Well, no, I'm just more interested in the hockey. Like, I have a lot of questions. Like, I wanted to know what a goaltender was, and it turns out it is just a goalkeeper. But that's the kind of thing I was Googling when I wasn't Googling. What is frotting? We'll get to it.
When it comes to you liking sports, is it that you just like the intrigue of sport and you don't care what sport it is? Do you like the mechanics of it?
I like the narrative. I love an underdog. Honestly, I love watching tiny guys try. That's it, really. I just absolutely, if they have little outfits and they're trying their absolute hearts out, I will watch any of it. I love that. I also love the gossip of it, and I love the specificity of it, and I love devoting your life to something so randomly niche that like could all go down the drain if you broke an ankle. I just love it. I love that it means usually you have a family investment. I love it. It's such gorgeous storytelling. I love sports. It's very simple.
Did you ever play one?
I don't play team sports. Surprise, I don't do well playing with others, but
you'd be an amazing tennis player, I feel like.
I do love tennis, and I love the tennis podcast, but I think that's a kind of a singular sport I could get on board with.
I think you have a personality for a tennis star. You really do.
Or a long distance runner, but we'll get back. Yeah, sorry, that is a different podcast. Yes, and they lose, and then Russia lose to Canada. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
Go on. Why are you?
No, because you've written down all the athlete stuff, and here I'm like, you look pretty in ad.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you said it. But you're skipping. Oh no, you're not skipping ahead. Yes, you look pretty. Is honestly, that's when I'm like, oh my god.
He was open-throated.
You look pretty, and honestly, it's also like that. I think is why there's an example of something that you don't imagine. I don't know why we don't imagine that's what gay men are saying to each other, but that's not what I had in my head. But you look pretty, and then Shane being so used to that being like diminutive or being like, you know, kind of like mocking. He's like, well, you're wearing makeup as well. And he's like, yeah, but I don't look pretty. And you're like, oh, fucking kiss. So yeah, that's when I'm screaming kiss at my television. That was also so sweet because we kind of get the reveal that he presumably shared money to get them both in that ad. So you're right. Ilya is making all the first moves.
Many first moves. He's making so many first moves and like really bold first moves.
Yeah. We're also getting messaging here about like the pressure on Shane. I know we have the pressure from representing Russia for Ilya, but also you get in the Reeboks chat the pressure to represent Asian Canadians and what that means and being the first in a space. So because I think sometimes it's easy like nowadays, especially outside of a sports world, to be like, why don't they just come out? Be like, no, they're emblematic of so much for so many people. I do understand why they don't. And then it's shower time. Okay, let's take a minute. Yeah, I'm glad we did it.
Okay, we're in the shower.
Can we just talk about the bombs? Because that's obviously the first thing. They step into the scene and you're like,
and you see the cheeks and you see the cake.
I've never seen anything like it. I went through all the emotions. I was like, how have they done that? Also, oh my god, they're so perfect. Also, they're so far out. Do you think they sit high when they sit down on chairs? Like, there's so much support there. I want to bite them. I want to watch them.
It's how are you this muscular, but how is there so much bounce in it?
Yes.
Like, because a lot of muscular butts look firm. Theirs look soft. How do you do it?
I don't know. And they're both incredible in their own unique ways. Oh my god,
no two bums the same.
They're stunning. They're stunning. They're actually just, but also I'm like, the work, I recognize the craftsmanship and the effort that will have taken. Like, they are squatting.
Yeah. I believe Connor's story said that the squat has to go below your feet.
It does indeed. You're dead right. You have to be raised.
An elevated squat. Oh my god.
So yeah, already I'm like, holy heck. And then the brazenness from Ilya to just start wanking.
And then, okay, I would like this. I only saw this on the rewatch. Shane says, not here.
Not here.
Because then we all remember in the dressing room, he's like, oh, we could forget about this. But it's like the first instinct was not to say no. It was to say, not here.
You're dead right. It was like, let's get out of here. We have to go somewhere else. It's so sexy. I would be, by the way, terrified if I'm Shane in this situation, right? If you've never had sex with a man, you are obviously into this guy. He's your rival. You could lose your career, or you're worried that you could lose your career. All of this is already terrifying. But then a man with that body jerks off at you. Like,
it made public masturbation okay.
I agree with that. Oh, and by the way, we're skipping over something. He definitely put his towel on that low on purpose, right? No one naturally puts their towel like
to show off the cum gutters.
Oh my god!
Was he tented up? I think he was tented up as well.
What does that mean?
In my head, he was tented up.
He was tented up. Oh wow! I have been with women too long. I have to do that. Was like me carrying the one, doing the tented up. I got it. Yes. I mean, so unbelievably hot. I would be terrified if that body was like what I was gonna have to meet later on in room 1410 specifically. And
it's also like 100%. All that Shane has been thinking about.
Yeah. Now my question is, if you were Shane, like first of all, as a viewer, I was like, it's not going to happen. He's not going to come. He's not going to show up. One of them's not either. Yeah. So the fact that if they do makes me so happy. We have to talk about the suit.
Okay. Before we get to that, I would just like to point out, he goes, I might knock. I might open. This is conspiracy theory for my Ewan. Metaphor for bottom and top.
Oh my god, yes! Now that you say it, it's so obvious.
I might knock. Wow. I might open. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. So well observed. I didn't think I'd learn anything new today, but I have. That's very exciting. Honestly, is there a more relatable moment than in the suit, then sitting in the dark, then crossing your legs, then TV off, then light on? What do you do with your hands? I was like, my boy, and I have to imagine he's sweating, right? Oh, yeah. He's sweating so hard.
We too would wear suits to our first blowjob.
Yes, for business? Yeah.
It's called a job for a reason.
Exactly. Also, I'm sorry, Ilya, if I run into Shane's mom, I'm leaving. It's over for me. I'm like, in my case, I'm like, I'm dry. I can't do it. He has a mother. I can't possibly defile him. He has a mother. But he keeps his nerve. He goes. But I was so surprised that he actually showed up. And you can tell that Shane's a little bit surprised. The micro expressions again on these actors' faces. Are we going to take a segue to be like, these are great actors?
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I think
putting the whole fucking bussies in it. Yeah.
Oh, first time we've said bussy. How exciting. That's sweet. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Shane let him in. And then I was really, really, really endeared by Shane's flimsy attempt to talk. To be like, shall we sit down? It's like, my guy, you don't have to say anything. Shush now.
I think what you really touched upon with the mom thing is, again, I think this is really effective storytelling in doing the yearning thing, because essentially they kept showing us scenes where historically, anytime we've seen a story like that,
yes, a queer story,
it would always be the opposite, right? If a guy is sitting there for ages waiting, usually it's to be disappointed.
It's to be devastated.
If another guy runs into someone they didn't expect to run into, usually it would not end up happening, right? So the fact that our expectations again and again were subverted, so we're like, it's this. It's this.
I will say it's okay. Did I watch it again and again more than once because I wanted to take notes, and also because but I also watched this show more than once because I assume other gay people feel this way. I watched the whole first time worried. I was like worried that they were going to get hurt, going to get in trouble, going to get exposed. And you're right. Every time that you go, oh God, this doesn't happen for us. We don't get these stories. Yeah. It was okay. I loved it.
I imagine you watching it like CSI goes, enhance.
Especially when he takes off the top and he's wearing that slutty little tank.
Okay, it was giving modern dance. It was giving modern dance. God. I'm sorry.
It was giving Patrick Swayze. It was giving arms. It was giving shoulders. It was giving lats. Oh my God, that tank top. I was like, put a fork in me. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, and then we get the first fuck Hollander, which is just so. Every time he says it, I'm like, I need to pause. Hollander. I need to pause.
Hollander.
But also, it was just so kissy. I'm gonna say it. I loved it so much because it was so gentle.
Kissing
there
is
was
beautiful.
so much kissing, and the kissing in the show, the holding of the face,
It's good. It's passionate.
the mouth like fully over the like I want to like suck your soul out of your body kissing from Ilya is so hot.
The fact that Shane went directly for blowjob, I totally get that. I relate to that. Like when you want someone this badly and you're so nervous and you've been waiting and waiting, like you can't bear to look them in the eye. You're like, I need to, you know what I mean?
That's interesting. I saw him going for the blowjob as like he thought that's what he was supposed to do straight away, and also a little bit like it's your first time. I mean, my sense was that it was like, okay, let's just, you know what, let's be brave and rip the bandage
right
off. Let's do the hard part.
It's
let's
giving
like,
cold water swimming. yeah.
But oh my God, just to rewind, Shane's face when Ilya says it's not his first time with a man, his like little brain exploding inside. He's like, it's like, and I really, he does the face, and it's so effective, of when you hear somebody say they're gay and you're not out yet when you're a kid, or like somebody's like just proudly fine with it, and you're like, that's allowed. And that's what he does. He goes like, holy shit, without speaking, and it's so gorgeous. Ilya strips like a hot person. Can we say that? That man takes his clothes off like, yeah, I'm secure. And Shane folding his clothes.
Oh, Shane folding his clothes every single time. It is very, very interesting that you're picking up on all of the Ilya stuff, and I'm just like, does nothing for me. I'm like, Shane.
I just mean like, no normal person takes off their clothes like Ilya, because everybody else is like, oh, don't look there, and
I'll
just dim the lights, and I'll just stand this way, and he's just like, you're welcome. And I just think, what a life. It's very kissy. Then they get on the bed. Shane folds his clothes. It's so gentle. What does he say in Russian when he's being blown? Does he just say, "Da, I fucking love this"? Yes, I fucking love this. Hollander?
I think so. The one Russian word that he does say, which is really, really funny, was "неужели?" When Shane asks him like not to tell anyone, he essentially just goes like, "No shit."
Oh, great. "Неужели" is, how do we say
"неужели?"
it? I don't even know the sound where the sound is in my mouth. Okay, and then when he just the fact that he's like not bad for first time, it's such top energy to be like, to kind of make him feel like annoyed and desperate. It's so sweet. I just love
he
it
keeps
so much.
nagging.
Yeah,
I will say, and I must ask this: are you jealous of how quick gay sex is?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. I was like, sorry. The lesbians have barely stretched in the 45 minutes this episode is. They are simply getting comfy. We're finding places to put cushions under our lower backs for these first 45 minutes. What are you talking about? Yes, I am.
They've both come?
Can you believe it? Also, sorry, this is the scene where we get the first boob touch.
Oh
and
my God,
it's
it's
holy
so
shit.
good.
And by the way, don't you just love that we will see it in the second episode that he does learn so fast, Shane? He's like, wait, the next time they have sex, he does it again because he's like such a little student. It's so sweet.
I love a man with a midi. It's not a moob, it's a midi, okay? It's a taut B.
I love that. My favorite thing that I haven't seen talked about in this scene is when Ilya's done making Shane come and he swallows and all the rest, which is all very exciting. And I am going to be graphic. I'm sorry if you were expecting otherwise, is the pat on the belly. He pats him on the belly like
to empty him out?
Like, there you go, my guy. No, I didn't think he was trying to get the end of the carton out.
That's how that works, right?
I just thought it was the most deliciously patronizing, like, there you go, bud. Enjoy. That's how it's really done. I just love it so much.
And also like the real men swallow energy of it.
Oh God. And then the I want a cigarette and smoking is bad for you. Could they be any more like consistent in who they are? It's so, so great. I also, is this the first time we see like all of the moles on Ilya's back?
Oh my God, the moles.
The
moles. I literally I have it written down here. The moles, the mole on the face, and then it's just like a gorgeous sprinkling all over his back.
I'm obsessed. I want to know, do you think people are watching this in Russia?
Yeah, 100%.
And do you think is it popular? Do you know? Are you on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No. People love it in Russia.
Okay. Great.
From what I know, from what I've heard.
Do you know what we haven't said yet? And I feel like it's important if you're listening to this and you don't watch the show, which I mean, fair play, well done. If you have just consumed sort of like clips from this and you think it is just smut, we'll get to it. And I think it's inherent in our incredible eagerness. But like, this is the greatest love story ever told.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to be watching it.
Ignore all the cum talk.
Yeah. Well, don't ignore it. Enjoy it. And then also
The
be
cum
ready.
informs the love. Okay?
So then it actually does though. No, but it actually does. Anyway, 3 months.
And when you say, sorry to keep interrupting you because everything you say is correct.
No, you must.
But when you say that it's like, I want a cigarette and smoking is bad for you, they are so quintessentially themselves and they don't try to be the other person, but they also love the opposite in the other person.
Oh my God,
right?
immediately. I want to know, put your hand up when you think they're in love, by the way. I just want you to put your hand up when you think they're in love. So 3 months, and if you've already got your hand up, fair play, write in, tell us why.
Put it down in your pants.
I mean, the other hand's surely there already. 3 months later, Shane's watching my favorite thing ever, a topless press interview with Ilya, because I'm sorry, where's your shirt, where's your jacket? It's Canada. You are either in the freezing cold because it's Canada, or you're right outside the ice rink, which is also freezing cold. The audacity on this hot man is just like, you're probably going to want to see this. And I'm like, yes, I am.
And
like,
the wink in the press conference.
Oh my God. So good. And then he goes to lunch in his favorite blue shirt with his parents, and he's late, and that's unusual. And how does he make an excuse for it? He went down a YouTube rabbit hole
About unlikely animal friends, because you know who the most unlikely animal friends are?
Ilya and Shane.
God,
Yes.
it's pathetic.
It's so no. Why do we know this already? But it's true. And when his dad says, "Oh, that's a relationship that could go sideways," about a snake and a baby, and you see the panic on Shane, like, "No, my snake will take care of me forever." Oh God, it's
and
too
I'll take
much.
care of his snake also.
But my favorite is because in other shows, this would be so like cringe or on the nose or like just badly done. But Yuna's delivery of fuck him up the butt, and you're like, it's so amazing that that's happening, and that we're like, you don't know what we know. And also the way he gets all giggly, just because. Okay, there's an initial panic that happens at lunch where Shane's like, my parents are mentioning his name. But then there's this glee that overtakes him that's like,
That he can't help.
people are talking about my crush. I'm hearing his name out of context. Just somebody else acknowledging that he exists means
You brought him up, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's such a
And as you said,
feeling.
the micro expressions of it, like it's just a tiny smile out of the side of the mouth, like barely perceptible. Oh God, it's gorgeous.
It's so good. Also, do you not just love David? Like while Yuna's trying to momager the hell out of the situation with Rolex, he's just like, hey kid, tell me about your special interest YouTube deep dives. Tell me about the internet. He's just such a nice dad. And if I may, gay? Question mark?
Ooh.
Are we allowed to ask on this show if people are gay? Because I'm going to have questions about the best friend as well.
Yeah, I did find myself saying, is the dad also gay?
Well, and also is Kip's dad gay, and also is the best friend on Shane's team gay with Jackie the wife?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Jackie's not real.
Oh, babe.
Jackie's not real.
The first wag to feed Shane. The first wags to feed Shane. Alternative name of this podcast, of course.
Oh my God, what we wouldn't give. It goes to the press conference where Shane is speaking French.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I love, because I feel like later on when we have the press conference, don't know if you know, but there's a scene with a press conference. Don't know if you can tell, but we kind of like the scene with the press conference. And he steps in for Ilya.
Oh God, it was so hot.
Yes, and well, okay, we find different things hot, but I think it's interesting that they let us know that he speaks French. I know it's Canada, so everyone does, but just that like he might have an understanding of what it is to try to communicate under pressure in a different language. That's not your first.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even clock that. That makes so much sense.
Because he speaks with a like heavy accent when he speaks French.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and he does constantly comment on Ilya's English getting better and stuff, and like commenting on like, how'd you learn the words? So that makes total sense.
So I think that is like them just sort of breadcrumbing it. And then he gets this phone call from his brother again, and he gets a call from who? Yes, his brother asked for 20K.
Probably unlocked some Quebec funding if you just do some
French
Canadian.
Surely you have to play 2 songs and then go bonjour les médias. But yes, then he gets this call from his brother, and he's like, I want the 20K, and it's like foreshadowing that thing of they treat me like a bank, and telling him, but simultaneously saying, it's such a classic older brother thing to be like, give me 20K, and also we don't need you, we can live without you. Yeah. Oh, so mean, so savage. And he says that his dad had called him and asked him to bring bread, and that's where we kind of get the sense that his dad is sick. And then another time jump. It's 4 months later.
It's 4 months later, baby.
And it's All-Star Game press conference. It's a very important scene. They're tapping feet. Shane's jumping in to protect him, like we've said, with a nod. And it's like, or well, he gets his permission, which I think is really sweet. It's such a sub thing to do. It's like, if I may I? Can I help you? May I help you? Oh, and do you not think that Ilya looks like he's going to cry that whole time? He's just like, this isn't casual anymore from me. For me, that's when
Do you think
hands in the air, hands in the air. That's when
that's
Ilya's in love.
happening.
It's when he's like, at every other opportunity, the men who are supposed to love and support Ilya, when he shows weakness or even exists, they're fucking jab. But in this one moment where he shows weakness, this is a guy who's just like, oh, I got you.
I'm literally gonna start crying.
For me, you can see Ilya's not listening to anything Shane says. He's just like, oh my God, someone could be kind. Someone will rescue me. I don't have to do everything. And he has to do everything. He has to be so self-reliant. And someone swoops in and saves him.
He doesn't have to ask.
And he doesn't have to
to
ask. Oh God, it's so hot. Go on. More on the press conference?
Yeah, I guess everything you're saying right now is just like unlocking so many things to me because again, outwardly, Ilya is so much more like bold and outgoing and confident.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it takes so much confidence to be like Shane, to be like, no, I'm actually do things a certain way and I actually don't care if you think it's lame. Because I know it's good for me or I know it's in my comfort zone or I know that's how I like things. And I think there's like power in that.
And also Shane is genuinely good for good's sake. Like he thinks goodness is a value he really holds and it's just so sweet. Also, I think the reason I think he's in love here and the reason I think we know he's in love is so backed up by the next scene because I'm sorry to talk about hockey again, but they go into this shooting accuracy.
Yeah.
You remember this?
Yeah.
And he beats Ilya and Ilya's not like Ilya, who's like a very competitive man who wants to win at everything, who was so gleeful when he came first in the draft, so gleeful.
Yeah.
Doesn't care that he loses. He doesn't care at all. He's just immediately like, how's your night? How's your night? Did you have the best night? Did you get drunk with your friends? Did you 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1? It just lives rent free in my head. But he doesn't care, and that's when I'm like, oh, you like Shane more than you like hockey.
Interesting, because I think, and this is something that Connor Story has said in interviews, and maybe I'm letting that inform my sort of viewing of the show, is that actually Ilya doesn't care about hockey. It's just his ticket out of Russia. It's just his ticket. Like, it happens to be the thing that he's good at. It's the thing that's making him money, whereas Shane does.
But I think those align, right? Like, I think Ilya is primed to love Shane more than hockey because, like you say, hockey serves a function for him.
Yes.
Whereas it's more of attention for Shane because it's his passion, right? He adores it. I just feel like I think Ilya falls first. That's just my thought. Can we just talk about from what I gathered from the zeitgeist in the book, Scott Hunter doesn't know about them. When Ilya skates past and goes 1 2 2 1, and Scott Hunter's right there, I'm like, he heard that, surely.
Yeah.
Like, we are supposed to think that he thinks it. And when he's like, later on, when he's like, where's your boy? That's all he knows.
He was
right?
clocking his tea.
Okay,
I believe
great.
that's what the kids are saying. That was the tea getting clocked.
By the way, I have heard and seen so many things where they're like, if any of these teammates were women, there's no way they'd be able to keep this team. But the fact that men are just like, what was that? And they're just like, I don't know, don't even know. Don't worry about it.
But if any of the teammates were women, they'd all be gay.
Yes.
Like, this wouldn't work in women's
right.
sports because, you're lesbian? No shit.
You're right. I have seen some people be like, why isn't this? And you're like, well, because we don't need it in women's sports, my loves. We have all the stories. Now, Shane, then this is one of my favorite scenes. Shane rushing in with the death stare on his face at Ilya's room. And he says, please say it in the accent, please say it.
Oh, wait, what am I saying? I was just, it literally says angry kiss exclamation point.
Before that, someone is chasing you?
Oh, someone is chasing you?
Oh my God. And when he says, Scott Hunter is right next door, I'm like, this is so on brand. He's such a rule follower. He's like, Scott Hunter is right next door. It's one of my favorite lines in the whole series. And then, yes, he just lunges at him.
Oh, God, I love how much Shane can't help but really, really want to fuck Ilya. Like, he does these like posturing things where it's like, I'm mad at you, actually. Can I suck your dick now?
Yes. And then he does the pet grab that he learned. It's so cute. And Ilya picks him up for the first time, which is
like a baby.
That's the hottest
thing.
Hot.
It's so fucking hot.
So fucking hot.
Look
at women. Look at us thinking we were special and the only ones who were picked up by men. And then you're like, wait, what? They can do it to each other.
God.
They can do it to each other.
And it's hotter that way.
It is hotter. Yeah, get us out of there. And then this is like obviously the start of Ilya being consent king.
Oh my God. Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay?
Is this okay? Is this, which personally I don't love, but Just like it doesn't turn me on, but
no, because you don't want to be okay. Is this fantastic? Is this mind blowing?
No, I'm like, say thanks. But hey, but I love that he asked.
What I've learned in the past hour is that I'm terrified of having sex with Catherine Bohart.
Yeah, I just feel like do your negotiations before and then enter the game. But he does it as they go, and that's also nice. Yeah, like is he okay? Does he want to? Is he scared? It's so nice. Does touching your ass make you gay?
So
It's
funny.
so
you know what
funny.
else makes you gay?
It's just so nice. And then the hottest line maybe ever I've heard at that point in my life. What color?
Oh yeah.
Is big. Oh my god, it's just so good.
It's interesting with the does that make you gay? You know what else makes you gay? It's we never see any scenes, correct me if I'm wrong, of Ilya ever being like, no, I'm not gay. You never see that.
It's so nice.
It's so cool.
He's also never ever questioned on being bisexual, which is just such a sweet relief. Can you imagine it? He's also the more macho of the two. Often you get like presentations of bi men sort of in denial, and then like that's causing them. It's just like no, he loves it, and he has huge machismo, and it's just
I mean, a bonus on top of that is
Please.
that I was thinking of like, okay, so one of the things that like happens, I guess, like stereotypically in locker rooms is men specifically doing like gay insult chat.
Yeah.
But the only perpetrator of it is Ilya.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's so loving.
Yeah.
It's like when Scott was like, fuck you, he goes like,
Better if you're there.
Better if you're there. And it's like, this is really hot. It's like, if anything,
hot.
he's kind of like never denying that he likes dudes ever.
Yeah, it's really, really hot. One, and when he says next time, and Shane's little face lights up. We've all been that guy.
Oh yeah.
He's like, next time.
Yeah,
You want to see me again?
Play cool.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, next time.
You are homeless. Oh my god, he's so in charge. It's so hot. And sweet Shane. I think Shane being consistent again here when he goes, it's an apartment. It's like, you don't have a house. It's an apartment. It's like, oh my god, don't worry about it. You don't. And then he's like, you're having a panic attack.
No, he's saying, Hollander, you are having panic attack.
Yes, I couldn't do the accent, but you can. And then this is my favorite, like, real classic Ilya, because he goes, it's just a plan to fuck, whilst like going in for the most delicious and soft kiss. You're like, my guy.
You think he's already in love at this point?
I think he's telling himself some stuff that isn't really true. Like, it's just a plan to fuck. And then he basically does give me a kiss, but like without saying it. Anyway, they get each other's phones. This is the first.
Lily and Jane.
Yeah.
And another alternative name of this podcast.
By the way, did you get that instantly that was?
Nope.
No,
Someone
me
had to
neither.
tell me.
Okay, great. I've seen so many people be like, and obviously, and I'm like, is it obvious? I didn't get that from at all. And then the music kicks back in, and here we fucking go. So 2 weeks later, Boston Airport.
Yeah.
Ilya's leg is going.
Yeah.
Flight cancelled.
He's not going to top our boy.
No, he's not going to. And the 50-year-old man who's playing his teammate's like, don't worry, you can see her another time. Sorry, who is that guy? That guy who also plays like Gaston, I assume? Who's like...
You ever see a guy with a big fringe and you're like, he's covering a bald spot, he's not young at heart.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Who's this guy? And then we go back to Shane and we see Jackie, who's desperate to make, or we're told of Jackie, who's supposedly this guy's wife, okay, who's desperate to make macrobiotic food. And then it's almost the end, right? Ilya goes back in and finds Svetlana in his...
Yes, and she is a native speaker, an incredible,
is she?
incredible
Okay, great.
Russian speaker.
That tracks.
And she's very, very beautiful as well.
And even then when she's there and they have history, and he still stops to check his phone because he gets a text message from Jane. He doesn't reply. By the way, he doesn't reply. He leaves Shane sat at that dinner table listening to Jackie, who I'm sure is lovely.
And real.
And real. She just goes to a different school. But he doesn't text back, but he does look at it, and it's just so nice. I can't believe I'm saying this because I am bi, but when he started to kiss Svetlana, I was like, stop it! I was like,
get your hands off her.
I was like, you're gay and you only love Shane. I was truly like, what am I doing? I was like, get that hot woman out of there. She has no place coming between our boys. I couldn't believe it. And then it's LA Rookie of the Year, right?
LA Rookie of the Year. Or are they in Vegas? I don't know.
You're right. Sorry.
I think they're in Vegas.
You're dead right. It's Vegas Rookie of the Year.
Scott Hunter famously clocks Shane's tea.
oh my God, your boy Rozanov. And he's like, no, I've never sucked his dick. I've never even asked him to fuck me. No, I only think about him all the time. And it's like, sorry, my guy, what? So stressed. And then Shane does his first ever shot, we have to assume.
I assume so.
Yeah.
I assume so. And it really fucks with his gut bio.
I know. And then he does the world's most accurate room scan where he's like just looking for Ilya, and you're like, oh my sweet baby boy. And then we see him with the plume of smoke, and it's like, thank God everything's okay again.
And we're on the roof.
And
we have a little bit of a screaming match
and
in front of a gorgeous green screen.
And the girls are fighting. Yes, it is. It's true. And Shane is doing that thing that he does so well, and Hudson does so well, which is that he's crying, but not a single tear is going to leave his eyes, and therefore it doesn't count, because that's how men cry. And it's like so interesting. It's such a good depiction of what I'm going home in 3 days means to so differently to either of them. The fact that he's like, oh, that's nice, right? And you can just see the whole, like, this like kind of huge space open up between them in Ilya's mind, because it's like, oh, we don't have the same life, and you don't know what it is to have my family, never mind live in the country that I'm from. Imagine.
And I think in that moment, as you say, like, you don't know what it's like, they are going months without speaking to each other, okay? Weeks and months and 6 months. So in those 6 months, when Shane is texting Ilya, he's imagining a completely different life for Ilya.
Yeah.
There's no way he actually knows what Ilya's going through.
Yeah. Oh my God. He also says, sorry, the thing that breaks my heart is when he goes, and I just thought maybe we would. And you're like, oh, Shane, baby boy, you have basically been counting down the days. Like, you're definitely taking them off in a, like, paper and pen diary, days down to Ilya, and you're not going to get it.
It just makes you think of the times that you felt that way. And in the moment, you are miserable. But in retrospect, you're like, it was nice to feel something.
Yeah. Wasn't it nice to be alive? And then he does the sweetest thing, which I think probably only really works in a, like, male romance, which is like, he's like, I'm going to be stoic and brave, and I'm going to put my hand out for a handshake. And then he gets pinned, which we also love.
And then they do the flip.
And then they do the flip. And by the way, him kissing him back for so long, and then being like, what are you doing? It's like, my guy, you had to like roll your tongue back into your own mouth before you could say people might be watching. My
favorite quote of that is that Shane goes, we're both in tuxedos out in public. It's the fact that they're wearing tuxedos.
We are wearing formal wear, sir. And to be fair to him, they do generally fucking more casual sports attire. Don't they? He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
But the thing about getting caught kissing in public is the fact that they're doing it in tuxedos.
Yes, people will be mortified on their behalf. Oh God. And then when he calls after him and he's like, have a good summer or see you next season. And then he just goes, Hollander. And it's like, you really see, and this is where if they're so efficient, you're just like, oh, Ilya's alone in the world. He's so devastatingly alone in the world. And it actually, oh my God, why am I getting emotional? It breaks my heart. Anyway, do you relate to Shane or Ilya more is a question I wrote down, but I'm weeping. He's just so alone, and he just has to go back, and he has to like gird himself and like get ready to go back to like an environment where no one.
Catherine Bohart, you're breaking my heart.
Sorry.
All I want to do is now rewatch the episode, having like sort of thought of the things that you've told me to think.
When he leaves and you know that Shane doesn't understand. When Shane understands, he's going to be the sweetest boy in the world, which is why he stepped in with the press conference, right? Like when he knows what's going on, he's so supportive, but like he can't know and he doesn't know. And Ilya basically speaks in monosyllabic insults, which is so hot, but also like, of course he doesn't know. But then when he leaves him and he's just like, and also, rejection is so much worse for Ilya because it's all he gets.
And the fact that when Ilya is holding Shane at arm's length, it's not because he doesn't want to be with him, it's because he doesn't think he gets to or deserves to be with him.
Oh yeah, and also like he uses sex for like physical reassurance. Like you know that boy's not getting hugged by his family, right? So like even with Svetlana, his like good friend, the way they like comfort each other is still sex, and it's obviously like a thing he thinks
it's a standard for affection.
Yeah, but it's also where he thinks his value lies, I think.
Oh man.
But and it does. And then I'm not undermining that theory by setting up a podcast to talk about his ass. But yeah, I think I just think it's really beautiful.
But he's got the Sorry.
Yeah, it's so specific and it's so achingly intimate, all of it. And
we like his brain ass and his hard ass just as much as
we
his
love
ass
both
ass.
of them. It's so true. So when you watched it, you get to that end scene. How do you feel?
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I felt like achy. Like so.
It's that yearn.
Yeah.
It's the yearn.
And it's also that like, oh my, I know there's something so specific about them saying, see you next season, that feels so akin to summer break in school where you're like, what do you mean I have to go 2.5 months without smelling the hair of that girl in English class or something less specific? But yeah, so end of the episode, horniest you felt in episode 1?
Oh my God. Wait, horniest I felt in episode 1. Oh,
Yeah.
tit squeeze, tit squeeze.
Really?
Tit squeeze, tit squeeze.
Okay, for me it is
Tell me.
For me it is Shane saying Ilya, you have to get off. You have to get off, Ilya. You have to get off because he's going to come. I don't know why there's something so teenage about it, but it made me so hot and heavy. I was like, when he's like, you have to get off. You have to get off. Yeah, it's that.
It's the loss of control. And also
Yeah.
Ilya being like, no, I'm going to swallow this cum.
Yeah. It turns out you love subtlety. You're like, oh, the boob squeeze. And I'm like, it's when he gets off in his mouth.
He jerks off out of his cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unforgettable line of dialogue in episode 1 for me is someone chasing you.
Let me say
Scott
it.
Hunter is right next door. That's my favorite. No, I just love it.
Okay, let's do it. Is someone chasing you?
Scott Hunter is right next door. It's just, oh, I love it. That's mine. What about you?
Okay, no, it's gotta be, we're both in tuxedos out in public. It's the tuxedos for me. What is the tuxedo? Why is that part of it?
Why tuxedo? And then your like, what the fuck moment in this episode?
Give me yours.
Mine is 1221 besides Scott.
Besides Scott Hunter. Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Or actually, I'm sorry, this episode is so important. I will be saying that about every episode. The only other one was when he's brazen enough to just start wanking in front of him in the shower.
Similar to me, WTF moment is Ilya's ass for the first time.
Oh my God, you're right.
The wide shot of the shower where you're like, oh, I think there's going to be gay sex on the gay sex show.
It's when you're like, I didn't know they could look like that. Gay giveaways. Any gay giveaways here?
You're
for
giving
you?
away fingers?
No, it's not in an Oprah way. I mean, like, for me, there are a couple of moments where you're like, how does no one know that they're gay? And for me, it's like, how do his parents not see him mooning that big face of like besotted love when they mention Ilya? They're always like, you hate that guy. And every time they mention him, he's like, and I'm like, really? That's my, like, I can't believe no one sees that they're gay.
So it's just plain sight. It's like later on, a little bit of a spoiler, but like when Ilya kisses Shane's helmet on live TV and it's like, fellas, is it gay?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty gay.
Looks pretty freaking gay. Did you have one of those in this episode?
It's got to be 1221.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
It's me. Hello. Would you like to come to my hotel room? Good day.
See ya, enemy. Bye, boy, I hate. Favorite low budget moment in this episode for you? Did you have one?
Favorite low budget moment is, I believe, in the press conference. We have a press conference, correct? But do we have reporters or an audience for this press conference? Absolutely not. We have blinding lights that happen to be placed exactly where an audience would be. We hear the audience, but do we see it?
And it's the same with the hockey crowd at the hockey games, which you probably missed. But
yeah.
Now we want to know your takes. We want to know your opinions. We want to know your thoughts. If you have any on the first episode, please write in and tell us. We're desperate to hear you. Also, if you're like, these dumb fuckers obviously haven't read the book, they need to know this important information. Tell us. We want to hear it. Simply, there's not ever going to be too much media for me to consume about this. The revelation I had in my physical body when I was like, you can watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I was just on...
You told me that.
I was just like on Instagram trying to like suck out another episode from like clipping shit together. I shouldn't have said suck out, but I did anyway. But truly just like patting the belly of my phone being like, give me more, give me more.
Yeah, watching the same edits, fan cams, watching the same interviews, being like, there has to be more.
Yeah, so if you know more, tell us more. We want to hear it. And if you're also crazy or making like social gatherings weird, just send us your thoughts. We want to hear them.
And I think we've set the bar there's no such thing as too much information.
Hard agree. Oh, but no photos. If that's, well, I don't know if I mean that. Okay, so you can email us at tonsilhockeypodcast@gmail.com.
Or follow us on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube
You know how much
at
I love
Tonsil Hockey Podcast.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, we have to go, but we'll talk to you tomorrow.